Okay, so we are live. We are good to go. I actually want to check because I've realized something in some streams that I've done as of late, which is I think I've been too scared in terms of audio levels with my mic because you really have to strain to hear some of that audio. So I'm just gonna do like over the course of the next couple streams, I'm just gonna play around with my gain and test making it like higher and higher until it gets to a point where it's too high, at which point we'll dial it back. In any event, today we have a standard build, right? We're actually moving on to a new milestone, the last milestone before the open beta. After this build is done, so yes, there'll probably still be issues in the build. There'll probably things that are going to need to be corrected. But once that is, they're going to start working on the new set of stuff while this set of stuff is being corrected, because all of the base mechanics from this milestone have been implemented. It's just that there's errors and bugs and so on and so forth that we want to clean up, but we also don't want to lose too much time staying in one place. So the very first thing is there is a mistake in the implementation of this menu. So basically, there's a menu that's been added that is just going to link to the Kickstarter. Wow, the Kickstarter that's part of the open beta, right? So you click on that link, you say view, and it takes you directly to Kickstarter.com, which has the page for the Summoner's Nexus open beta, right? So all of that is the open beta Kickstarter rather, right? Because the open beta is going to release and this is going to run alongside it as we try and drum up interest and so on and so forth. So that's there. A few things wrong. Now, first thing, and our time code is, we'll put it at 2 minutes. Now, the very first thing I want to note is that this is too small, right? The figure is too small. Looking at the figure on this, looking at the figure over here, looking at all of the other figures that we have in the game, that one might be too big. It's been put on way too small, so we need to expand it so that it takes up maybe like this amount of space. I don't want it to be too covered by the Nexus thing, but maybe like have it reach like here and just be a bit bigger like around the edges, right? So just even if it's a little bit covered by this, at least, as long as it's not too much, like if the ears get a little bit covered, that's okay. But I would like it to sort of be in the top right, so it should lean towards the side, because it is sort of it's a right leaning thing, so I don't want it smack in the middle. It's gonna lean the way that this guy's a bit to the left, this one is gonna lean a little bit to the right, so a little bit to the right. So the very first thing is change the positioning, right? Let's put that here, 2 minutes in. Change position of figure in menu, Kickstarter, menu. The second thing is the menu's on the wrong side, so it should go story mode here, and the time code for this is, we'll call it 3:20. You have story mode here, it should be Kickstarter here, and then you swipe one more time to get to the ranked arena. I said it in the initial note that it should be on the left of story mode, which would be over here, but I think when I said left, they thought I meant swipe to the left to get to it. I didn't mean swipe to the left. I mean it should be on the left. That way you go through it when you're going to the ranked screen. So we're going to say change the position of Kickstarter screen. What else? So, I think the font of the Kickstarter screen is also a little bit weird. This looks just clearly smaller than this, right? The story mode word here and the Kickstarter word here just don't look like they're the same size. But then the contest hall one looks like it is the same size. So I think the contest hall text is just too small compared to everything else. So the Kickstarter text and the contest hall text need to be made bigger. We'll put that at 4. Please increase size of Kickstarter and contest hall text, right? Because yeah, it just looks smaller. If it's if you need to put it on, because over here we have the text on 2 levels in order to keep the text a consistent size across those 3. So if you need to do that with Contest Hall, I don't think you do. I think you can make it the same size as that without. Well, actually, no, you might need to. Yeah, it looks like it's already taking up all the space. So if you need to make it bigger, then you can make it bigger. And then just put it on 2 lines instead of it just being on 1. And then with this, we just want to make it the same size. Yo, Geartune, what's good? How you doing, my friend? I am just going through my notes in terms of what needed to be revised. But other than that, everything with the Kickstarter button is good. So we're going to remove that from the chopping block and move to the next thing. But yeah, how you doing, bro? I'm going to accept the freeze on the front page because they explain that, look, there's just a lot in the game. There's a lot of apps that when you open them, they freeze a little bit. That's sort of natural, right? That's not I don't feel like it's going to make people not want to play the game if it freezes for like 3 seconds and then you can get into the app, right? Doing good over at my folks, celebrating my mom and I's birthday early. Love to see it. I'm assuming you're not born on the same day, just like a close period of time. And that's dope. I hope you a happy birthday in advance or belated, whichever. Oh wait, no, you said early. Okay, good. So yeah, happy early birthday. Right, that's a vibe. Okay, the next and easiest thing to text. October 1st. You got the same birthday as Nigeria's Independence Day. That's sick. All right, that is sick. Now, the next and easiest thing to test. Oh, and it's 1 day apart from your mom. Dope. Okay, so she got lucky on that. In terms of like, well, actually, no, I would say that's unlucky because you would want it to be on your birthday. That would be sick. If you and your mom had the same birthday, that would be sick. But still, let's take that off. It's a little bit warm. Now, it looks like Tyler joined this guild. He's on an older build though, so I don't know how that would work. But we're just gonna do some testing. Hey, we send. Okay, so I guess what it's doing is whenever someone sends a message, it forces everyone's page to refresh, because that's what's happening. Each time I send something over here, it refreshes for both of us, which I suppose is a solution. As far as solutions go, that's passable, right? Testing, right? Yeah, because if the objective is just to coordinate with like strangers on in your guild that you don't know, right? That's good enough for the time being, right? That's good enough for us to pitch it out. And if we need to refine the chat system later on, that's something that can be refined later on, I hope, as the game expands and we get more revenue and so on and so forth. So we are going to, we'll take that off of the chopping block, right? You can only see new messages in the guild chat. Yep, we can remove that. Select. All right, so we pull that off of the to-do list. How long is this to-do list? Huh? Oh, I see. Okay, all right, that's fine. That's fine. Right. What else is there? The music in the main menu did not work until I entered the battle screen. I mean, the music is currently working, so I'm assuming that that's fixed. I can hear it in my ears as we speak. Beginning to enter a room and canceling it at the last minute breaks the game. Now, we had a thing before where if someone was entering a room, let's say someone had already created one, and you just started pushing cancel, you would, you could get out, right? You could get out of the room at the last second. Good, that's no longer the case, because the problem with that would be if you, okay, let's say you pull out, you manage to get out, awesome, fine, you lose nothing, you gain nothing, but the person would still be sent into the room, which means that in a ranked point situation, they would have no choice but to surrender because they would be there infinitely, which means that they would automatically lose ranked points, which would suck. So let's take that out. Beautiful. Is that everything that's not gameplay related? Is that everything on gameplay? The deck editor won't let you close the name changer menu. Alright, let's take a look at this. So, if I elevate this, open this, Okay. I actually want to see what it looks like in the example that I sent, because that looks like it's fixed now. That looks like it's working properly. I just want to make sure. Okay, so in this video... Oh, the card behind it was being pressed instead of the menu, but it looks like, yeah, that is fixed. Right? That is working absolutely fine now, so that's excellent. We take that off. So far, nothing but good points. Nothing but working systems. None of that is gameplay related, but still. Okay, so... Yeah, the cancel button only works in that situation. That has been done. We're going to take that off. Yo, Seluxus, how you doing, bro? What's good? I just ripped my earphone out of my ear for some reason. Right? What's poppin', broski? How you doing? Force wall does not flip face up when used. Okay, so I think everything left is gameplay oriented. So we have to enter some games. Beautiful. All right, so with that being said, also Seluxus, are you free this evening? There's a new build. I can send that your way if you'd like to do some testing. We're moving on to the last milestone before the open beta as of tomorrow. So I'm looking for bugs. Any bugs that we find in this build will obviously still be fixed. But as a consensus, we're moving on to the next thing from now. So tonight is literally me just going through, seeing to make sure that the things that we found and flagged have been sorted out, and that anything that is left over from that can still be looked at, and so on and so forth. Yep, okay, perfect. I will, what's it called? I will send you the link, all right? Let's get it off of you. It's a little higher up than normal. That's fine. It just needs to load. I'm ready to break shit. Alright, let's do it. Copy link. And we will put this down here. Paste. Alright. Now. Yeah, that's sent. Now, before I actually do the testing, I want to get some Vaseline real quick, because I don't want my lips to dry out, right? Give me 1 second while I do that. Alright, and I'll put this like so. Nope, it fell. Okay. Put it like so. Perfect. Okay. Okay. We're in business now. Let's see here. What am I testing? So, Seluxus, before you hop in with me, let me just test some of the more basic things that don't need... Wow, that is hot. My earpiece is... I put it on my laptop and it was like it's hot going into my ear. I've never had warmth in my ear before. That was... I mean, like, in my ear. That was weird as hell. Okay, what the hell am I even doing? That was awfully distracting, very disorienting. I'm so tired now, but in a good way. I mean, that's a good way to be, right? It means that you've done, like, if I'm getting what you mean, it's like, oh yeah, you've done so much, and it's like, yeah, you're exhausted, but it's like, oh yeah, like it's been so full and like so like positive, right? You've let all that energy out, but for a good reason, right? Which is good. Let me think. Okay, so how it's supposed to work now is, if an avatar is placed in the assault zone, if it is an assault type avatar, that avatar will have the option to go to my opponent's defense zone. Correct, because Minos is an assault type avatar. He's a dual type, assault and support. Now, if I were to put... What are you? You're just support. Okay, you're not helpful. Actually, no, you're perfect. If I put you on, There's no choice. He automatically goes into my opponent's defense zone. Beautiful. That works the way that it should. Non-assault type avatars do not have the choice to enter the Nexus anymore. Good. Let's start that again. And we'll mark that as completed. Ready to go? Just give me the word. All right, beautiful. I will let you know. I'm just going to test. Because again, these should be relatively straightforward. It's just going to be a lot of starts and stops. Okay, so only support type avatars can survive going into the Nexus, right? So if I summon him and I send him to the Nexus, he should survive. If I summon... Oh, don't tell me you're all support types. This was a bad example. Okay, fine. We'll do it on my opponent's screen. If I summon you and send you to the Nexus, you should die at the end of the turn. If I summon you and send you to the Nexus, you should survive. Because I think Ryu is an assault support type, isn't he? Yeah, Ryu is just busted. Okay, end. So, this should go through just normally. There should be, well, actually, there are effects that should be activatable here. In fact, every effect is activatable here. I don't know why I thought that there wouldn't be anything that I needed to activate. Yeah, Dragon Dance and Leap and Forest Guardian are all activatable at this point. I wonder, I should have tried leaping into the Nexus. I wonder what would have happened. Switch is activatable, but it's completely useless. Forest Guardian is also activatable, completely useless. We battle phase 1, Forest Guardian can activate, no other effects can activate because it's a battle phase. Movement phase 2, both Switch and Forest Guardian attempt to activate, so that's why my opponent's screen lights up. Cancel on your part. Battle phase 2. Huh. I wonder, actually. Okay, no, they don't attack each other. That makes perfect sense. You only attack the cards that are currently stationed in the Nexus. Now, Ryu and Minos should survive. Twersion should die. And that's exactly what happens. Beautiful. It's working. It's working. It's working. It's working. It's working. You know what? In all of the testing that we've done for this game, we have never had a situation where two assault-oriented avatars enter the Nexus at the same time. They just stay. Which, I don't know if that makes sense, actually. Why would they not battle each other? They're in a similar zone to each other. But then how do you decide who attacks who? Who's the attacker, who's the defender? Ooh. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. Maybe it's that we just have it be that the card with the bigger attack stat is the attacker, right? The player with the card when you're in the Nexus, the biggest cards get to attack first. So if my card is bigger than yours and it's alive in the Nexus, I get to attack first, right? I will be the attacker in that situation. If you are bigger than me, then you will be the attacker in that situation. That makes sense. Because yeah, we've never had this happen before. It's never come up. But yeah, if we are two enemy cards, yes, I'm in the Nexus to attack defending avatars. I'm here to, like, if I were to summon something into the Nexus right now, the thing is over, so it's not going to work. But if I were to summon something into the Nexus right now, it would attack and destroy that thing. I'm certain of it, right? So why would it not also do the same thing to other cards that are there, right? Because like this, you have no way to get your enemy's card out of the Nexus, right? Cards that are in the Nexus should battle each other. Assault cards. Each other with the biggest card getting to attack first. I'm actually a little bit curious here. Aren't they supposed to be destroyed at the end of the turn anyways? No. So, there was a change. Because what I found is that it was making it too confusing. When you explain how the Nexus works to just someone who doesn't understand the rules of the game, it's like, oh, you can summon support type or avatars there, but if you send an assault type... okay, so, before it was... in the Nexus, you can summon a support type avatar. Support type avatars are the only cards that can be summoned in the Nexus. That is simple, straightforward, makes sense. Alright, now, you can also send an avatar into the Nexus to battle the avatar station in the Nexus, but that avatar gets sent to the graveyard at the end of the turn. Okay, but what if I send a support type avatar into the Nexus to do battle in the Nexus? That support type avatar is destroyed, but I thought support type avatars were safe in the Nexus. Well, no, not if they're not summoned there directly and enter there from a different method. And so, because of that, like, it just doesn't sound as smooth as saying support type avatars do not die in the Nexus. The only reason why, and also, so how it works now is, only Assault type avatars can enter the Nexus because Assault type avatars will die in the Nexus. The reason why Ryu and Minos are not being destroyed is because they are dual types, which has just increased the value of dual type avatars effectively, right? So dual type avatars now have a buff to where if you are Assault and Support, you can enter the Nexus because you are Assault, and you don't die to the Nexus because you are Support, right? So that's how it works now. So it's very straightforward. Support type avatars do not die in the Nexus. You can summon them there, you can send them in there, they do not die. Assault type avatars are the only ones that can enter the Nexus to do battle, but they die in the Nexus. And then you don't even need to explain the part about a dual type because it just stands to reason. Oh, if I'm a dual, oh wait, no, I meant to, no, I summoned the wrong thing. Well, I don't think it matters actually. Right, so let's see if this works. So it just makes it a lot more straightforward. It makes it a lot more readable, in my opinion, to just say, hey, this is how this works, right? Movement phase 1. And in truth, it was that, I feel that's what I intended in the first place. It just sort of got lost in translation, I think, and I didn't even realize that that existed in the way that it did, basically. So, battle phase, Ryu should attack into the card that was just summoned in the form of entity. He didn't. He didn't. Okay, so cards in the Nexus aren't battling at all. 21 minutes in, cards in the Nexus are not battling at all. Okay, so we've caught that. We've caught that, right? That's crazy, crazy good or crazy bad? Elaborate, please, immediately. Post haste. Crazy good or crazy bad? Okay, so. So, yep, everything about this Assault type avatars going into the Nexus works. Support type avatars are not being destroyed in the Nexus, which is correct. The Nexus is checking if the cards are support types. That is correct. Because there's going to be... And also, you know what's also awesome? That also raises the power of... I don't know if you remember Rune of Recast. You have Rune of Recast Sword and Rune of Recast Shield, right? Which can change the type of an avatar on the field. So if I see that you have a defender... If I see you have a support type avatar in the Nexus, I don't even have to go into the Nexus to destroy that card. I just have to Rune of Recast that card, change it to a defense type. It's going to go to the graveyard on its own. I don't have to give up an attacker. Yes, I still have to give up a card, and I have to give up a slot in my deck, but I personally think it's worth it. You have 10 runes in your deck. You have 5 slots for runes in your hand. Just having 1 rune slot in your hand dedicated to having Rune of Recast, that I think now becomes a really good card. That one change makes it, because before, like, oh, what's the point of changing the type of the avatar? Types don't matter that much. Well, now types matter more, right? And I feel like as the game continues to progress, the types will continue to matter more. More effects will mention type-specific things, especially generic ones will mention type-specific things. But yeah, so Rune of Recast might have just become one of the best cards in the game in terms of removal. And it's not even a removal card. It's just, oh, hey, you have your Selenis in the graveyard, in the Nexus. That's tough. That's tough, right? So the Nexus is the safe zone, but it's a safe zone that comes with a risk, effectively, because you're only safe there if you are a support type. So yeah, maybe Rune of Recast, maybe the type change thing will be a status condition so that there's a counter, you could cleanse it potentially, but I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I think those runes are actually being added in this current set potentially. I could be wrong about that though, so don't quote me on that. I need to write down actually the benefit because that should probably go in one of the balance change videos. Only assault types. Oh, nope. I already made a note of it. Okay, cool. I like myself quite a bit because I don't have to. I don't stress myself, right? Like I like that I think about these things in advance. Like past me did me a solid. I didn't even need to stress about that. It was already there. Okay, so we can remove this, and just like that, the to-do list is so short. It's so short. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's more to do, but that is beautiful, right? We are literally 25 minutes in, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points that have not been tested, right? Yes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points that need to be changed, but the first 3 are extremely easy. The only thing that's really a challenge is the fact that the cards in the Nexus aren't fighting. That's the only thing so far that I think is a challenge. In fairness, though, we haven't done the hard stuff yet. Okay, so Forest Wall does not flip face up when used if the card that is being protected is in battle, and it still did not allow Silenus to place a counter upon its activation when used during a battle. It does work when protecting Silenus from his destruction during his own effect. Okay, so we need to make it so that Forest Wall works during battle. Got it. So if I fight myself and used Forest Wall, Forest Wall should A, flip face up, and Silenus should place a counter B on the activation of Forest Wall. So let's get it started. We'll go with you because you can place a counter on yourself the easiest. We'll go with you because I just kind of like the way you look. We'll go with you. We need startup for this. We obviously need wall because that's what's being tested. And I think that that's enough, honestly. Actually, no. Let's have another card so that we can see whether or not a menu actually appears. Right? So, yeah. Let's go. Minos appears on the field. I still love the summon animations that we have. It's not complex, it's not crazy, but it's enough. I like that it gets the job done. Alright, we tutelage first off. Don't chain leap. We don't need to do anything else yet. We can Nature's Forge and all that other stuff later. Alright, so we have Silenus with tutelage on. Movement phase 1 rolls around. We go... bit of a pause. That was a weirdly long pause. Let's watch to see if there are any more of those. Let's go Forest Guard startup first off. I will choose Silenus, and that should actually trigger the activation of is it Nature's Forge or Hephaestus? Ooh, I don't want to make a mistake. Hephaestus. Hephaestus is the one. When a Forest Guard rune is activated, place a counter on another Forest Guard card you control. So we can actually double up the counters on Silenus if we want to here. Wait, what? Hephaestus. Hephaestus just put it on him. Okay, so there's a problem with Hephaestus. Hephaestus 27 seconds in. I should have seen a menu. 27. Just put the counter on the card itself instead of giving a menu. Right? Am I right about that? Because it's Nature's Forge. It's Nature's Forge that places the counter on him himself. The other one doesn't do that. Alright, so we attack here. And when Forest Wall is activated, we see it flip face up. Yes! Silenus? No Silenus menu. No. Okay. So it's still not working. Silenus isn't placing a counter. Yeah, no counter got placed anywhere. It's not even like it placed it automatically for us. 28 minutes in. 28. Silenus still not placing a counter when wall is used in battle. Also, it took a second for it to flip up. Also, the flip up of wall was delayed. Okay, yeah, that's unfortunate. And here, Battle Phase 2 rolls around. I'm out of effect time, so there's nothing I can do. I can attack, which is cool, but I don't have the option to activate any of my effects, and in the end phase, Silenus is going to remove all of the counters because I don't have the ability to choose what happens to him because I'm out of effect time. So I lose all of my counters outright. Beautiful. Okay, so, I am going to take off the point on Silenus. I will just test, though. I will just test to make sure that the wall still works when Silenus is using his effect. Because that was the thing. It was working when Silenus used his effect. Wall worked perfectly, right? I got my menu. Everything went where it was supposed to. But if you did it any other way, then all of a sudden Wall started having problems. Forest Wall, Forest Startup, put you over here, put you over here, and end. Okay. Close this out. And end. Now, we tutelage off bat. And oh, yeah, no, Hephaestus isn't the one. Yeah, so Nature's Forge can be used anytime you want. Hephaestus is the one you have to do the prep for. I want to try that again and just see. So we Forest Guard Startup onto Silenus, and then we Hephaestus. Oh, let's put this counter over here. We Hephaestus in response to that. Oh, did I just click on the wrong effect last time? Maybe, actually. Hold on, did I just click on the wrong effect last time? I might have. Oops, if that's the case. Okay, go back and check. I might have clicked the wrong effect. Because at 31 it worked. Worked at 31. May have misclicked. Because I know that this was working before. I know that Hephaestus was working before, so if I just misclicked, then that's on me. Yeah, sure, we might as well attack. Right? Okay, so enemy down to 900 life. Wave End rolls around. I want to destroy Silenus. Forest Wall activates to save him. The card flips face up. Silenus places a counter on another card because it's working exactly the way that it's supposed to. And we do not die. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Right? Why did I do 300 damage? Ah, okay, we lost a counter and then we added a counter. Forest Wall removed a counter from Silenus, added it onto Mino, so that's why it worked the way it did. Everything there is working the way that it should. Okay, good. Beautiful. Oh, I love it when things work the way that they're supposed to. I'm actually really bugged by this. I'm going to go back in the stream and see if I just am dumb. So at 27 minutes in, I tried to Hephaestus. Can you not rewind? Can you not rewind a YouTube Shorts style stream? Hurry up, you coward! Listen, you can't rush perfection. Oh, this is so annoying. How do you do this? Okay, if I'm at 33 minutes in, 27 minutes off should be 6 minutes ago. Right? And I literally just want to test and see whether or not I clicked on the right thing when trying to use Hephaestus, right? So I activated Forest Guard Startup. After I activated Forest Guard Startup, I placed a Forest counter, and I selected Nature's Forge, because I'm an idiot. Oh wait, no, hold on. I read Hephaestus, and then I selected Nature's Forge, because I'm an idiot. Okay, good. Yeah, Hephaestus works the way it's supposed to. I'm just dumb. Awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't mean to close that page. Alright, so that is absolutely fine then. I'm going to take that off with the chopping block. We have one less... Oops. We have one less thing to test. Or rather to make a note on. Okay, so that's Solenis still not working down there. There are certain effects not being shown a menu to activate. Encore did not place a rune on the field. Let's quit. So, Encore did not place the rune on the field, even though the sound effect played. The game then froze. So Encore just stopped working, right? Encore just started breaking the game for whatever reason. Let's see if that's no longer the case. We'll test Encore. We'll test Zodiac Barrier. And we'll test Wukong Staff. And then after that, I think we're ready to go. Right? So we'll need you on the field. I want my opponent to be the one to use the rune in question. So we will steal a rune from our opponent. We will put this here. We will put this here. We will put this here. And just for funsies, we'll put that there too. All right, now. End. And end. Wave start rolls around. We activate tutelage in the first instance. Do not chain anything. Following that up, we will Nature's Forge so that we have, some nature forging, as one does. Do not chain anything. And don't chain anything over here either. Alright, so this chain resolves backward. We've got a forest counter on the field now, which means that Encore is live if there's a rune in the grave, but there currently isn't a rune in the grave. The cards move halfway across the field. I do not activate any... No, I activate Forest Guard Startup just because, it comes with the territory. Place a counter over here. We're going to place our second counter over on Goblin Forge. Probably not a great idea since he's in the counter zone. Activate Freeze. Freeze is going to allow me to discard a card from my hand in order to target a card on the field. I will target Entity because he's scary, so my opponent will not have to deal with the presence of Entity. That being said, I get a forest counter off of that. Now, just for fun and good measure, let's activate Incinerate to throw a little bit more in the mix. We'll Incinerate Solenis. Solenis will place another forest counter. This one will go on Goblin Forge. We've got 4 forest counters. Beautiful, what a time to be alive. Danger Beast is live because, it's still movement phase. I could activate Danger Beast to get power off of all of these runes that are on the field. I get Frozen, I get Burned, Forest Guard Startup activates. Awesome, good, cool. Battle Phase 1 rolls around, nothing occurs. Movement Phase 2 rolls around, and now the only activatable effect on the field should be Encore. Encore activates, and I should have a choice of every rune that has seen play. Please remove a forest counter from a card I control. You've got a lot, so I'm going to take one. Please select any of these runes. All 3 were used. That works absolutely perfectly. We take the counter off of you. This should place a card back on my field. Beautiful, and it's on the field for my opponent as well. Battle Phase 2 rolls around. Nothing should be activatable. Wave End rolls around. I should be able to activate this freeze rune to freeze by discarding you, any card on the field. We'll put it on you. Solenis should not place a counter here because he's already placed 3 counters unless I'm really bad at math. Nope, I'm right. He doesn't place a counter. We remove all 4 counters at the end and the turn just cycles around to the next. I stay burned. I don't stay frozen on either of those 2 cards. It works. It works. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. You love to see it. Okay, so we will take the note off from Encore. I think Encore works the way it's supposed to now. Beautiful. The next thing to test here is, let's go with Wukong Staff. Let's go with Wukong Staff for our next test. Right? Oh, it's beautiful when a plan comes together. This is a great build. This is a great build. Most of my problems have been fixed. Most of the things that I had an issue with don't seem to be an issue anymore. We've got the first 3 things, which are purely cosmetic. Assault cards not battling in the Nexus, which is a problem. Assault cards not battling at all in the Nexus, which is basically the same problem, so that's 1 point. Solenis still not placing a counter when Wall is used in battle, which isn't good, and Wall still flipping up sort of late, right? That's not good. But in truth, we've only got 2 issues. We've only got 2 main issues. When we battle each other, we might find more. We might find more, but that's okay. I need to switch to a Wandering deck. Okay, so I sort of butchered all of my Wandering decks, but I think this one has everything that I need for the test that I want to do. Yes, it does. Okay, yeah, it does. I'll take this. going against my opponent. And we are good to go. I'm almost scared to add in more cards because balancing just these 40 has been insane. Okay, so the cards we need on the field are as follows. Wait, is this what I have? Why did I choose this song? Why did I choose this song for this deck? This is, hold on, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. I don't know how well you guys can hear the music. Can you guys hear the music well? Right? It's on max, so I'm hoping you can, but I don't have it on max for the stream. I can put that up a little bit in case it's too quiet. Right? Because that's not, that's not what we're not listening to that. Deck customization, I'm with tutorial deck 1. Let's go with, let's go with this for our battle mat. I'm willing to go back to the basic card sleeve. No animations, unfortunately. Are these the only music packs that I have? No. Wait, what? Why is this red? Did Celestia send a message? Testing your own guild? This one's mine. Okay, so the guild chat works. The guild chat works pretty well. The guild, you can also, the guild token system, you can still just get infinite guild tokens currently, which won't be the case in the open beta, unfortunately. You will have to work for those. And I just want something cosmetic. I'm purely here for cosmetics. Let's go. Ooh, you're nice. You're nice. Let's get a new... That was on the screen for a while. Let's get a new music... Why are the music packs so expensive? I mean, I was about to say who made this game. I did. I did. But still. Damn. That's tough. That's tough. And I mean, it's not going to be like a pay-to-win thing. This is free currency. Wait, what? Oh, no. Is there... I mean, this button is going to be removed. Okay, no, I was just pressing it too fast. Right? If you press this button too fast, I guess it doesn't give you the tokens the way that it should. But again, it's going to be removed, so that literally does not matter. What is this? I think I ranked the songs in order of how much I liked them. Literally. Yeah, this is not my jam. This is not my jam. This is very quiet. I'm assuming the 9,000 ones are going to be the cooler ones. What does this sound like? Yeah, that's going on. That's going on. That's 100% going on. What else do we have? So we've gotten ourselves a new icon because, you know, we take care of ourselves. We've already got a battle mat that I'm cool with. We've got that. We don't have a card sleeve that's different. Let's get a different card sleeve going. Let's try card sleeves that we've never actually worn before. God, the cosmetics I feel like the cosmetics might be my favorite part of the game. Like, is that a lie? No, I just really like the cosmetics. I wouldn't say they're my favorite part, but like, I just really enjoy the cosmetics in this game. Look at this. What was I on when I made this, bro? Like, that's just fun. That's just fun. I'm gonna, yeah, now let's put that on real quick. Tutorial, equip. I already equipped that. Fire and water. Nah. Talk to me nice. Let's equip this, and let's change our icon. Right? Change our icon. Ooh, I already had some nice ones, actually. I didn't need to get an icon. Let's equip this. And now we're ready. I mean, we were ready from the beginning, in fairness, but, like, I wanted that for myself. So, yeah. Let's hop in on the other phone. And what are we testing again? Wukong staff. So we need to test the viability of Wukong staff. It's supposed to work in a certain way. We need to make sure that it does. You know what? I don't like this as much as I thought I would. I mess with the music, though. I mess with this music. Hold on. Tell me if that's too loud for you guys. I'm sorry. I turned it up for me. I mess with this music. Hold on. Opponent's defense. We'll put this over here, and we'll put this over here. And I just want cards in random places for my opponent. They can be literally anywhere, right? We'll put this in the Nexus, and we'll put this in the Assault. All right, so what should happen in this situation is I've got the Wandering Wukong. I am going to... I mess with this music, bro. I mess with it. Orion's Belt is being forced to activate. I will allow my opponent... Actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's not Monkey King, right? Let's let this happen. Orion's Belt goes through. Movement phase 1 comes around. I Venom Pulse. I'm going to Venom Pulse onto my own Raiga. My opponent can also Venom Pulse here. Correct, right? Now, Raiga is protected. Battle phase 1 rolls around. Venom Pulse has the option to activate. Nope. Monkey King should have activated. Monkey King should have activated since my card has gone to the graveyard. Let's see if it activates here. I'm assuming that maybe it thinks that because Wukong wasn't in a direct position to battle, right? Venom Pulse. Going to attack with Wukong? Yes. Oh, wait, it's Wukong Staff. Okay, Wukong Staff now activates. I can target... What? But my opponent has another card. My opponent has this. Why no Reyes? What? Okay, so no, Monkey King is still broken. Why is it not allowing me to attack my opponent? Why didn't it allow me to attack my opponent's Reyes? Huh. And why didn't my Chain of Momentum carry me into the other cards on the field? Okay, no, 45 minutes in, Monkey King is broken. Monkey King is broken still. 45. Sorry, Wukong Staff. Wukong Staff. Wukong Staff is still broken. No. Wukong Staff is still broken. I should have been able to attack in Battle Phase 1, even though there was no one around me, using Wukong Staff. What does this say? No. They got it right. I'm wrong. It says when this card declares an attack, it can attack anything on the field, but it didn't declare an attack. It didn't declare an attack because there was nothing in front of it. It should be, I attack, Wukong Staff, I can target everyone. It does not say that that this card gains the ability to target every card on the field for its attacks. That's not what it says. It says when this card attacks, this card can target any card on the field, which means that it needs to declare the attack first and foremost. Okay, cool. That part is fine. It still should have... So when I activated Wukong Staff here, the thing that needs to be checked is... the thing that still needs to be checked is, why couldn't I attack Reyes? Why couldn't I attack Reyes? And why didn't I have a Chain of Momentum that carried me into all other cards on the field? All other enemy cards on the field, right? Because what should have happened is I attacked Boss Guardian. I should have then had the choice to attack either Reyes or Wukong, and then I should have had the choice to attack, and then lastly I would have been forced to attack whichever one was left if I was still alive, right? Why would I not be able to attack Reyes? Did they make the safe zone a literal safe zone? Because that shouldn't be the case. Wukong is supposed to be able to attack cards anywhere on the field, right? There's no stipulation that would prevent that or make it an illegal move. Okay, now, second test. This one should be easy. Like, ooh! That is clean. That is clean. Okay, so, second test. Zodiac Barrier, activate. Please select a card to protect. We're going to protect you. And I'm going to let the timer run down. I'm going to let that time... Wait, what? Oh, there were only 2 cards on the field, so it did it automatically. We have to start over. Damn it. When there's only 1 target for an effect, the game will automatically target it for you. It'll do the targeting for you to save time. Because there's only 1 card you can choose. If there's ever more than 1 card you can choose, the game gives you the choice. But if it's like, oh, the only potential card you could even target is that guy over there, it'll just auto-target that guy over there. What did I want to change? Oh, right, I just wanted to put on... I want to change the mat. Let's go with this mat instead. Alright? We go back in for battle. So the Wukong staff didn't freeze the game this time. Wukong staff didn't freeze the game this time. Let's find out if barrier does. And let's have some stuff on my opponent's field just so they can feel like they did something. End. Okay. So we just go hyper offense with our opponent. Kirin, Monkey King, and Leap. Orion's Belt over here, so we've got some chunky defense. Monkey King. We Zodiac Barrier now instead of later. We will protect Mriga. And actually, we just stop there. And the effect should fail, right? Because if I run out of time in the middle of this, while I'm activating an effect, that effect should just fizzle out. So we just wait for that period of time. So yeah, Wukong staff didn't freeze the game, but it still didn't work the way it was supposed to. We're testing barrier now, and then the only thing left is cards sometimes not getting their activation prompts, right? There are times when during wave start, you'll have the ability to activate a card and you won't get the prompt for it, but then when the menu closes and then opens again, the prompt shows up. I'm just gonna test to see if that comes up, because that's you can't really force that one to replicate. I don't know what causes that, so I can't actually test it accurately. I am just going to... Yeah, I'm just going to go off of what we've got. I'm getting a call from my dad. I might need to wrap it up because this is very important in terms of what we're doing. Give me 1 second. All right? Evening, Dad. Okay, alright, so that worked the way that it was supposed to for the most part. There's one minor issue, and it was minor. It was minor, right? Which was when I attacked with Ryu, right? And you know what? I think I will put it on. When I attacked with Ryu into the Mraiga that had been targeted by barrier, in the targeting menu, it still had that white outline as if it was being targeted, right? So I will just put down, because that's purely cosmetic, right? When attacking into Mraiga, it still had white outline from barrier targeting. This was purely cosmetic and did not affect gameplay because everything still worked the way that it was supposed to. It wasn't protected by barrier anymore. I was out of time and the turn progressed the way that it was supposed to. So that is everything. Soluxus, if you are ready to go, my man, let's get into it, right? I think I want to do like 2 games, and then I need to call my dad back, right? So if you are available, my friend, if you are available, my brethren, let's do it. I'm going to switch back to Forest Guard. I'm going to customize that hoe because it is a beautiful deck. Equip this because it's just so much cooler than I thought it would be. I feel like Forest Guard do belong in the forest, so I'm going to leave that. And I'm going to put on the music that I was just listening to because that was sick. Actually, I need to double check my deck list. Let's just double check the good old list to make sure that I'm happy with it. Forest Gang attack. Okay, yeah, I think I'm good with this set. Yeah, I rock with this setup. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm ready to beat your ass. Come here. I pushed the wrong button. I entered a lobby with myself. Quit. Okay. Okay, so actually wait, what if Soluxus isn't still here? He was like, hurry up, you coward. What if he's not listening anymore? What if he's departed? Hey. Nope, that's him. Okay, beautiful. Okay. Alright, so ooh, I'm scared a little. Okay. What? Why victory? Why victory for Saul? Why? What have you done? Why have you done it? Let's see. I'm assuming you needed to change your deck or something like that. Yep, must have been that. Okay. Now, in truth, I still don't think I've solved Forest Guards. I still feel really, really scared when approaching a game with this deck. I don't know what the right way to play is yet. So I'm going to play cautiously with Selenis in here, you go here, you go here, and I will layer up. Let's go you, Ooh, I hope I don't regret this. Let's go you. I'm scared. Okay, so, and let's get into it. Now, there's a few things that we know are broken right now. We know for a fact that Wukong's staff doesn't work the way that it's supposed to. Is what it is. Put my hands up. I'm sorry, that puts you at a bit of a disadvantage. But it's a minor one because it doesn't look like you're planning on using Wukong's staff anyway right now. What else do we know isn't working? I think it's just that. Oh, and I'm at a disadvantage because Forest Wall won't give me a counter when protecting me from destruction by battle, which is actually going to be a problem this turn. Also, don't forget to end the wave, the declaration phase. Tutelage. You don't have any runes because you're a coward. Orion's Belt because you didn't have a choice. That makes sense. Don't chain nothing. Monkey King, as one does, and that's all good. You do you, bro. You do you. Go off with your bad self. Go off with your bad self. That's absolutely fine. I'm so scared, but I'm so excited because the game should actually. What? No. You're actually keeping Ryu there. Shoot. Okay. Okay. Alright, I can do something about this. Alright, I wasn't expecting this opportunity to land at my feet, but I'll be damned if I shirk it. I'll be damned if I let it go to waste. Let's start going. Let's start it up. Ha! You see what I did there? Alright, start up onto Selenis. Place the counter on Minos. That would put me at how much attack? Not enough. Oh no, enough! Battle Phase 1 rolls around. Forest Guardian to boost my boy up! Let's go! And you can't switch anymore, you're stuck. You're stuck where you are. Yes, I want to attack. Yes, I want to slap you over the head. You're stuck. You couldn't switch out. Beautiful. Okay, yeah, we've dealt with one of the biggest threats in the Wandering deck. Yes, you can get it back later, but that's going to cost you another 200 life points to deal with. Not going to do anything there. Battle Phase 2 rolls around. And just in case you get any ideas about how to conduct yourself, right? Just in case you thought it was sweet. We're just gonna boost that up by a little bit. Yeah, you ain't know about that. You ain't know about Center Stage. Chooses not to attack. Smart man. Destroy Selenis. Wall protects us. This is the best it could have gone. This is legitimately the best that this turn could have gone. Oh my goodness, that felt so good. Okay, we build on that. Let's go. What do I draw? Give me something good. I would love, please let it be Kalpa Banyan. Damn it. Okay, that's fine. Put you here. And pray. Whoa! Shoot! I forgot runes. Oh, I'm so dumb. What am I doing? Why would I not put runes down? Would I have used this? I don't think I would have. I wouldn't have used this. And I wouldn't have used this, to be fair. Okay, to be fair, I don't think... but no, I would have at least liked to have them on the field to use for my benefit. It hurts so much. It hurts so much, you guys. We're dying here. Okay. He has turn priority, surely. Surely he has turn priority. Yes, he does. Ooh. Do we tutelage? Oh, Zodiac Barrier immediately. Okay. Tutelage would only get us one counter here. I don't think we tutelage. I think we Danger Beast, bro. I think we Danger Beast here. And we just try and get over. Right? So the card that's being fortified, I believe... We can Nature's Forge this. The card I believe is being fortified is Wukong, so that it can deal some damage, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the play he's going for. I wish I had Cleanse. Oh, if I had Cleanse, it would be over for you. It would be over. Who's for? Oh, Mraiga is the one who's fortified. Shoot. That's okay. I think. Because Wukong should be attacking first anyway. Are we frozen? No. What froze us? What froze us? What possibly could have frozen us? What possibly could have frozen us? Oh, I'm so upset. That was going so well. Dude, Zodiac Barrier was the last thing that was used, right? That chain involved Barrier. It involved Nature's Forge. It involved... what else? Yeah, no, it was just Barrier and Nature's Forge, so it must have been Barrier that caused the freeze. Damn it. Okay, alright. We'll call that 1 hour and 4 minutes. Barrier froze the game. I believe Barrier froze the game, but I don't know what it was. Because remember in the test game that I didn't use Barrier. I allowed it to time out, but the game continued like normal, right? If anything, that should be what breaks the game, not Barrier being used as intended. Oh, the freezes are the biggest problem. The freezes are the biggest problem because if we can't get through full games, if people have glitches during a game, fair enough. But if people lose an entire game, that's just, we can't release the game with freezes, right? So freezes are the biggest problem in the game right now. Right? I don't know what else to say. Yeah, it's just not it. Right? It's just not it, unfortunately. Everything else worked perfectly, exactly the way that it was supposed to. And then that happens and we lose everything, unfortunately. All it takes is one thing to trigger a freeze. And yeah, if Barrier and Staff aren't working, I mean, let's be real, Staff isn't the most important effect on the deck. But Barrier is arguably the most important rune in that deck. Right? That fortification go crazy, right? And the only real counter to it is a cleanse rune. If you're not playing a cleanse rune on that turn, tough titties. You're stuck. Ooh, what? No, okay, no, I'm not this crazy. But imagine a situation where you had done that, and I used Second Wind to fish out one of the 4 runes still left in my deck, which one of them is Cleanse. And I get that 1 in 4, I get Cleanse on the field, and I cleanse you before you're able to take... That would be an anime moment. That would be a certified anime moment right there, if that had happened. But no, I was never going to take that risk. You never feel like you have enough forest counters as a forest guard player for it to make sense to take the risk on Second Wind unless you know what you're going to do. You have Gaze? Oh! No, this would have been such a good game! This would have been such a good game! Ah! Sick. Absolutely awesome. Do we go again? Because I feel like I have the feedback that I'm looking for, and we know that Barrier and Gaze aren't working. Sorry, we know that Barrier and Wukong Staff aren't working. And with those two being out of commission, it's very difficult to facilitate a wandering game. Well, actually, no, it's not that difficult. But, like, you are at a disadvantage because you lose... Actually, you only lose one of many options. You still have the option to fortify using Mraiga. You still have everything else that you've got at your disposal when it comes to the wandering subset. With that being said, though, I think I will call it there, just so I can call my dad back, right? We'll call it there. We'll send over the... How many points of feedback is that? We've got... 1, 2, well, 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 points of feedback. Coward? Yes! Right? I mean, in fairness though, we've got a very short to-do list off of this build. If this build is an indication of how well this milestone has gone, yeah, I'm very happy to move to the next milestone tomorrow because that's it. That's everything, right? We hydrate. Thank you, Jojo. I don't think I actually have any water with me, but I'm about to wrap up anyway, so it's fine. That's my phone blowing up. I need to call my dad. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I bet you have a button that freezes the game so you don't have to face me in a full contest. But you know the thing, I felt confident in that matchup, bro. I had 4 forest counters on the field. I had 3 on Minos, 1 on Goblin Forge, which meant that both Minos was going up to 200 attack. Yes, Marigo was fortified, so that wouldn't have mattered, but Wukong was about to die, right? Actually, no, you had the Phoenix. Wukong was at 200, Phoenix boosted to 350. I'm at 150 plus 200. No, we would have tied. So Wukong still would have died. I just would have lost my card as well. Unless I managed to generate another counter, which, no, I wouldn't have been able to. I would not have been able to. That being said, after your fortification ended, Entity would have been at 250 attack, even though I lose Minos. Entity beats Mariga over the head, kills Mariga, and then I can attack directly, unless... Nope. Could you pull off a double fortification strat? Because you would have used... Okay, so you would have used Phoenix in the battle for Wukong so that he ties. And then in that same battle phase, I would have attacked into you with Minos, breaking the fortification. Which means that in movement phase 2... before Entity gets to you, you could have fortified again, potentially, which I just wouldn't have attacked you. Okay, and then I would have attacked the next turn. You would have been protected for that turn. You were in a solid spot. I feel like, again, but if that happens, I lose a couple of my counters. I lose 3 of my counters, but Selenis was still on the field because I didn't tutelage that turn, so I could have gotten those 3 counters back. The real pain is losing Minos and my main defender. But you were down a Ryu, and you would be down Wukong, so I would only have Tuertian to worry about. Ooh. I think I give you the slight edge. In that matchup. Just because you've got Tuertian in the back pocket. You've got Reyes in the back pocket. It wasn't Gaze. It was Anim to get Ryu back. Okay, so the anime play might have worked. It would have been funny. Okay, so you would have gotten Ryu back on that turn. Yeah, no, you would have been in a solid spot. You would have been in a solid position after that. It would have been very difficult to keep up my pressure without Minos. Actually, no, my pressure would have been fine because I have Entity. What would have been hurt is actually my defense, because you very much rely on Minos preventing an attack each turn. Because no matter how strong your opponent is, if the strongest card they have never gets to attack, that being Ryu when you summoned him, then yeah. Interesting choice to keep Ryu in the counter zone. That really changed up the flow of the game. Very interesting. But yeah, okay, so I'm going to wrap up here. And that's having only used 2 runes and 4 avatars total. I mean, that makes sense, but in the same position, I have used... So I would have lost... So, at the end of the turn, I would have lost 2 avatars. I would have used 3 runes. So 2 avatars, 3 runes. I still have Selenis on the field. I still have Hephaestus. I still have Goblin Forge on the field. I still have Entity on the field. And I still have Dryad on the field. So in terms of on-field card advantage, I actually think I take it there. Because of I've summoned 6 cards, but I still have 4. You had summoned... I've started to forget already, right? But no, the Wandering subset is almost definitely going to need to be nerfed. It's almost definitely going to need to be nerfed. Well, no, I'm only saying that because of the current meta, because I think Forest Guards have a difficult matchup against the Wandering subset. Let the Reapers come in. Let the Reapers come in and say what's good. Because, let's be real, Umbridge don't give a damn if you fortify yourself at 250 defense. He's just gonna swing again. Umbridge doesn't care. Oh, I'm so excited. It feels like seeing old friends. The idea of some of the cards that we've coded into the game that we haven't gotten to play with for such a long time because we're not on TTS anymore, right? It's almost like preparing to see an old friend who you haven't seen in a really long time, right? Like Umbridge is a beast. Umbridge is an absolute menace. Right? Mid card, literally, maybe one of the most stacked cards we've got. He continuously boosts his attack back up to 300, which means, let's say you have 3 cards on the field at 250 defense each. Let's say you did a perfect setup. You've got 250, 250, 250 defense. That's 750 altogether. He solos. This guy solos. He can take on a 750 wall by himself, and that's if he hasn't been boosted. He can boost up to 400 if you want. If you want, he loses the ability to attack directly, but he wasn't doing that anyways, so who cares, right? So he can, oh my goodness, your best setup loses to this card as a Wandering deck, because your best setup is Mraiga at 250, Boss Guardian at 150, Ryu at... No, 400. Ryu would have 400. So Ryu and Umbridge would tie in that situation. So Umbridge would swing at Mraiga, kill that, swing at Boss Guardian, kill that, swing at Ryu, kill that, and then proceed to die. In that situation, right? But this one card, I guess it would take 2 cards in that situation, solos your best defensive lineup as a Wandering deck. There's nothing better than that. There's nothing better than that. Right? Unless you Hui and sacrifice one of the cards in order to clear Umbridge, there's nothing better than that. Right? And Umbridge has the ability to avoid being destroyed once per turn if he combos with another card on the field. Yeah, I think we're fine. I think we're fine power level wise. I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to be just fine. He needs a serious buff to do anything. You think? Umbridge? I don't think you remember what testing was like. I don't think you remember what testing was like. And that's just Umbridge. You've got Grimace cursing cards on the field. You've got, what's it called? This dude boosting attack. This is a guy that keeps you alive. This is the guy that boosts attack. What does this card do again? Yeah, he can just boost his attack in the background. Yep, buff Umbridge for launch. Okay, so now I know you're trolling. You're insane. Break the chain of momentum of an attacking Reaper avatar you control, and if you do so, up this card's current attack and defense. Right, I forgot about that. If you Hui, let's say you swing into a card, right, and you destroy that card, and your opponent thinks, okay, I am going to use Hui on the next attack. You Hui, I just break my chain of momentum so that I don't have to attack you, and your card still gets destroyed. Wait, no, that wouldn't work. That's not how that interaction works. Because Hui only works on attack declaration. This card works on the chain of momentum, so no, you couldn't do that. That would be broken. That would be broken. Okay, cool. This card fishes runes out of the graveyard and acts as a little bit of defense. This card, you know what this card says? He says that Hui that you're planning on using, I'm just going to blow it up before we get to the battle phase. I'm just going to do a life for a life, target a rank 1 or 2 avatar in the Nexus and destroy it. Yeah, nah, you're cooked. You're cooked. You're cooked. Ban that OPMF? No, these guys might need a nerf. No, but again, looking at them, they feel balanced around the fact that everything in the meta is reasonably powerful, right? Yep, this allows you to move cards on the field. Remove every card on the Nexus and place them on the field at new locations selected by their owners. So let's say you put a Hui in the Nexus and you're trying to keep it there for safety, or you put your Phoenix in the Nexus. I can force you to put your Phoenix somewhere else, right? Yo, Marek or Merrick, either one. I'm not entirely sure. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Hello. Hi, friend. Hope you're having a good day, right? This card is going to be useful, not busted, because the owner gets to select where the cards are placed. So I might put them all in the Assault Zone so that they're protected. Call of the Dead, return a Reaper or Asylum avatar that was destroyed this turn from your graveyard to your hand, but skip your draw phase next turn. So let's say you do manage to kill my Umbridge, and I've got this set. I'm gonna just bring him back. And you don't know which rune I have set, brother. You don't know what it's gonna be. You don't know what it's gonna be. And what does this do? Okay, this is the attack boost. This is a boost to your original attack, and since it's boosting original attack, it just makes it so that Umbridge is a 400 attack beater that can deal approximately 1200 damage a turn, because he can clear... Oh, I guess it would be more like 1100, because he can clear each battle, right? One after the other. Wait, no, Reaper can't have a way to get Umbridge back? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. The thing is, so unlike the Wandering subset and the Forest Guard subset, because the Wandering subset says, okay, you can do this and get any card out of the graveyard, and then the Forest Guard subset says, oh yeah, pay this cost, and then you get any card out of the graveyard. These guys say, no, 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 you have to have the skill to know when your Umbrage is going to die, right? If you do not time it perfectly, right? Return a Reaper or Asylum Avatar that was destroyed this turn from your graveyard to your hand. If it's not this turn, no dice. If you think Umbrage is going to die and he doesn't die this turn, no dice, right? And the thing is, Umbrage can't really blow himself up. I guess you can try and be intentional about it, and it's like, okay, I might lose an upcoming fight, so I'm going to take Umbrage off the field and add him back to my hand, but then you have to pay the 200 to summon him out again, right? So I do think it's balanced around that, but boy, is it scary. Boy, is this deck scary. It's still kind of top heavy, because Umbrage is still the most important card in the deck. But Chronos is now able to be more supportive because he can boost himself up turn by turn to get stronger and stronger. Grimace is sort of ass now. Grimace sort of sucks, unfortunately, but it was the only way to balance it, where he now curses. You remember before he had a Destiny Bond effect where when you summon Grimace onto the field, he curses, he joins his life to another card on the field. So if your opponent destroys him, you will destroy your opponent's card. Well, now to make it more balanced, when he summoned onto the field, he curses your opponent's card of your choice and himself, which means both cards will automatically be sent to the graveyard at the end of the next turn. The thing is, status effects can be, say it with me, cleansed, right? And what's it called? The thing about, and the clause to this effect is, your opponent becomes cursed, but so do you, and you cannot be cleansed, right? So if your opponent has the cleanser, they can save their card. Even if you have cleanse, you can't save yourself. So that doesn't really work out, right? Yo, Neoshock, what's good? What's poppin'? How you doing, bro? What's good with you? Is recall in or out the game? Which one is recall? Oh, the ability to pull a card back to your hand? No, that's out. That's out, right? So you cannot recall a card back to your hand. So once it's on the field, it's on the field. So you gotta just deal with that, right? That way you can't run away from fights. Oh wait, what about Zodiac Spear? Zodiac Spear, unfortunately, would have no effect on this because it happens on summon, right? If I activate this effect and then you attack me with Spear, well, I've already cursed you, right? You're still cursed, right? It's not like a continuous thing. It's, oh hey, you got cursed, right? So you would still be being sent to the graveyard. And I'm already cursed. I'm already permanently cursed, so that wouldn't set me free either. Curse on Umbrage. Curse works on Umbrage. Curse absolutely works on Umbrage. If Umbrage hits you, you curse Umbrage, he will stop in his tracks. The problem with that is, he will not form the second chain of momentum. So yes, he will destroy... Oh, no, yes, he will. He will form the chain of momentum. He will destroy the card in question. He will be cursed. He will be sealed, so he won't be able to activate his effects. And the chain of momentum will carry him into the next card if there is another card on the field for him to hit. So Spear is a good counter, right? Zodiac Spear is a very good counter to Umbrage. But they've got counters to the counter, realistically speaking, because this guy over here says... Break the chain of momentum of an attacking Reaper avatar you control and swap this card's current attack and defense. So let's say for whatever reason Umbrage isn't able to do what he needs to do and he's about to swing and kill himself. This card is like, no, friend, come back, comrade, right? Is there a way to prevent status afflictions? With the cleanse status. The cleanse status prevents any other status effect from taking hold. So if I give you an example, where's the cleanse rune? Right, this is a rune that everyone is going to get on day 1. Exorcism. Target a card on the field, cleanse it. This is a status condition that cures any other status condition affecting a card. Cards that are cleansed cannot be affected by other status conditions. This usually lasts until the end of the turn, right? So if you time it right, you can cleanse yourself and make yourself... You can remove a status condition that was put on you, which is probably how most players are going to use it. Reactively. Most players will use this reactively. Oh, you did something to me last turn. I'm going to cleanse it this turn before I take more damage. If you're really good and you time it well enough, you read your opponent tries to status condition you, flip up cleanse. Well, cleanse prevents any statuses from being put on you, as well as removing any that you currently have. So if you time that well enough, then yeah, you just never take any of the negative things from their status condition in the first place, right? But this is the primary way to dodge status conditions. What if you cleanse the curse? So you can cleanse the curse off of Grimace. If my opponent summons Grimace and curses my monster, I can cleanse that, right? I can cleanse that off. But Grimace's curse specifically states that he can't be cleansed, right? If you cleanse before you get cursed, then you just never get cursed, right? It just nothing happens because it says you can't put status conditions on a card that is currently cleansed, right? So this card, Grimace, will not be able. Unfortunately, you can't. Cleanse will have no effect on Grimace himself, but cleanse will still work on the card that Grimace targeted, right? Because yeah, the card specifically states that it can't be cleansed. Cleanse will have no effect on it, unfortunately, right? So Grimace isn't as good as it used to be. It's just not as good as it used to be. Plus, I feel like that would be a broken strat. Just show up, target one of my opponent's cards on the field, curse it, don't have to deal with it anymore, and then cleanse myself in the process. Yeah, nah, that would be insane. So that's why I put that restriction on it way back when, to sort of balance it out, right? So I'm excited. I'm excited because the Reaper subset is going to be in the open beta. The Reapers are going in the open beta, and then what else? Ancient Beasts are going in the open beta. Valiants are going in the open beta. Arias, I think, are in the open beta as well. Daemons are in the open beta. Just lots of stuff is going in the open beta now, right? Can you activate Grimace Chainlink 1 and then cleanse Chainlink 2 on Grimace? Yes, you could. Ooh, that you've actually asked a very good question, because my initial response is no, that wouldn't work, because you could do that, but because this says it can't be cleansed, when the status effect, because what happens is, if a card is cleansed, a status effect will try and affect it, and cleanse will say, no, I'm cleansed, you can't do anything, right? This curse says, hey, I can't be cleansed, so the cleanse will see you and be like, oh shit, and I guess you will be cleansed and cursed at the same time, because cleanse just removes the status condition. It's not like, doesn't like undo the effects of it. It's just, oh, you're trying to stick this pin onto me that says burn? No, right? But it won't be able to flick away the curse. So the curse would just exist next to it until the cleanse ends, and then the curse just keeps doing what it's doing. But I see what you mean. I see the logic behind a play like that, but no, that's not how I imagine that interaction going. Clever though, very, very, and you spotted that instantly. Very clever, very, very good. But no, I wouldn't want that to be a loophole in the mechanics of the card. So no. All right, so that is that's everything for tonight. That was just fun, a little fun catch up, a little fun talk about what we've got going on. I need to call my dad, so I'm gonna wrap up here. Hopefully, if they are able to fix Barrier in the next build and Wukong Staff in the next build, 100% Seluxus, let's play again, and get to step in. And to be honest, Neoshock, if you are interested, if you have an Android phone and you're interested in playing this, you'd have to sign like the updated NDAs and everything like that. But you were one of the original testers, so that's also a possibility. Same with GearToom, actually, realistically speaking, because you also know the rules of the game. It just sort of gives us a wider pool. It's just you guys, Neoshock hasn't been around as much. And GearToom, I think you don't have an Android. I feel like I've asked you this before, and you don't have an Android phone. Currently, the game is only available on. No, as of the next brief that we do, as of the next brief that's on the chopping block. Hold the phone. As of the next brief that's on the chopping block, if I'm not mistaken, we will have an iPhone ready version. I'm pretty sure that is the last thing in 8.5. 8.5 is long, mind you, so there's going to be a lot of things to get through before we get to that, right? Like, for example, if you're on an older build, you're not going to be able to enter the game and play, right? Some story mode changes need to be integrated, but you're not going to be able to access the story mode. We're changing the icons for the synergy system, which should be very easy to do. The tutorial videos are going to be put in the game, which also should be relatively easy to do, in fairness. You literally just need to put the places where the tutorial stuff goes, and then you can watch the tutorials in the game. So all of that goes in. The ranked PvP system is going to be worked on next. and it's going to be a tricky one to sort of sort everything out for. I think. Well, actually, no, not that tricky. It's just going to make it so that like we are actively and accurately tracking player ranks, and then we have the removal of artificial increases. Currently, because we're in developer mode, you can just increase anything you want, like without needing to like work for it. But we're going to remove that. That way you have to win games in order to get sigils and guild tokens in the open beta. We're going to be adding a battle training system. That way, even if there's no one else online ready to play, you can play the game against AI. It's just the AI won't be using any card effects, and you get to choose the strategy that the AI is going to use. Is it going to be aggressive? Is it going to be defensive? Is it going to be balanced in terms of how it summons the cards to battle against you? Is it going to be easy, normal, or hard? And what easy, normal, and hard just changes is the attack potency of the tokens that are being sent your way, right? Discord invitation for the open beta. Yep, the contest hall where you can create rooms and the spectate feature, right? That needs to be added in. The starter decks are going to be added in where when you log on to the game, you can just choose which of these decks you want that's fully built. That way, if you don't want to have to think about deck building, you can just choose one of these and get right into the action. I'll be honest, some of these are kind of ass. I just wanted to showcase all of the cards in the build, so I combined the Wandering subset and the Arias. I think Forest Guards are pure. Yep, Forest Guards are pure Forest Guards with some generic avatars thrown in. Ancient Beasts got mixed in with Swamp Dwellers. And I think that's it. Oh, and Daemons. They got mixed in with Swamp Dwellers and Daemons. And the Reapers got mixed in with the Valiants. That way everything sort of gets some spotlight so you can try everything out. Card sponsor integration where you're able to see like who sponsored what card. The dual log gets added. Okay, no, you're not going to see this on iPhone in a little bit. Yeah, that adding in the iOS version is literally the end of all of that. All of that happens, and then we test the game for iOS. So yeah, it's going to be a minute. Now that I actually think about it, but it's coming. So there's that at least. It's on the way. It's on the way. Does build work on BlueStack or emulators? I think so. Which brief is adding the NSFW artwork? We don't have that. What kind of game do you think this is? There's no not safe for work card art. No, we don't have that. Neoshock, don't mind him. He's just being silly. We obviously have female cards, but I feel like, you know what I realized actually? The Stygian Grey cards are basically half naked. I never realized that until recently. They're not in the current build. You can't see them in the app. They're in my... I was about to say they're in my files, and that sounds weird as hell. But no, they're in the files that haven't... They're in the year 1 files, which aren't in this build, right? There's no way to access them through this build. But the Stygian Grey subset monsters basically just don't have many clothes on, actually. I used one of them as art on something, and it got flagged, and I was like, what are you talking about? And I took a good close look at it for the first time this month, and I was like, oh... yeah, you're kind of naked. Oh, I didn't... do I have it on this? Like, I was trying to do... oh, then I want no further participation in this game project? Dude. Where... is it here? I was doing some stuff. Right, so... oh, that's too big. That version is too big for me to show it to you. Is there a smaller version? Is there a smaller... ah, here. Right? So, in hindsight, right, looking at this, yeah, she is just wearing, hold on, let's put this up. She is just wearing a hood, underwear, a bra, and like boots and gauntlets, and that's it. That's all she's got. And it never once dawned on me that this was, like, explicit until someone else pointed it out. So that's my bad. that's my bad. Sorry. So I guess that's the closest thing that we have to not safe for work art. Actually, the full subset might be on the more risque side. What does the full subset look like? Yeah, the full subset is kind of weird. Right, like look at this, right? This kind of weird. She's covered up, but like, hey, it's kind of weird. And him too. He's kind of weird. And then there's one more, but I don't think I have it on my PC right now. High Priestess of Fools is bad. Like, hold on. Look at High Priestess of Fools real quick. Like, what you trying to do? Cause like, hey now. And then this is just cute. Full Sun is just cute. Full Sun is just cute. I like this. But yeah, the full subset goes crazy. Full subset goes crazy. So yeah. Don't worry, you have nothing to apologize for unless you change it. That's not happening. It's a whole archetype like that. There are, if I'm not mistaken, for Stygian Grey, there are 2 female cards that are like that. And then everything else is normal. It's just, I genuinely did not realize that. And I don't even know if the other one is as bad as that. It's just in the process of creating the cards, I was more focused on them looking badass, and they were accidentally half naked. And I genuinely mean that as an accident. I didn't realize that they were half naked until someone else pointed them out. Do I have the other ones on this system? Card art. Stygian Grey. Do I have them? Avatars. View. Icons. Okay, you can kind of see it. You can kind of see what the rest of them look like. Like, look at this. Right? You can kind of see over here. I don't know how clear it is. This is Uridezu. Right? Uridezu is literally just an imp thing. Right? He's adorable, but that's all he is. This is Terror, right? Terror is just a regular dude, right? He's just, well, he's a goat demon, but you get the point. Horror also doesn't have clothes now that no, those are trousers. Surely those are trousers. That can't be her skin. On this side, it looks like trousers, and on this side, it looks like skin. So I don't actually know now that I look more closely at it. I want to assume that she has trousers on, though, because that makes me feel better about myself. This one though, this is definitely just a tattoo. That is actually no. Those could be no. That's her skin. I'm not even gonna try and. Yeah, Baphomet is the boss monster. I designed this before I did the thing where the rank 3 cards come out of the card art. So I will make it so that his hand comes out and like hovers over this. But yeah, that's a Stygian Grey subset. We've got so much stuff for this game. Like, guys. To a ridiculous degree. I'm not to toot my own horn or anything like that, but like I did the damn thing with all this. Are these the real versions? Yeah, these are the real versions. Like, we've got the World Eater subset as well, which are basically just kaijus. I had to take them out of the game because they were kaijus. We can't have kaijus in year 1. But they got designed early because, I thought we were gonna have kaijus in year 1 like an idiot, right? These ones also just look sick. Shuten Doji looks sick, bro. Who else do we have on these files that isn't in the game? Swamp Dweller's in the game. Starlight's not in the game, but everyone has seen the Starlights. I don't think that there's anyone who hasn't seen the Starlight subset. It's literally just stars with hands. I mean, they're cool stars with hands, don't get me wrong, right? You've got Auburn. You've got Emerald, you've got Indigo, you've got Ruby, you've got Sapphire, and that's it for now. There's one more, but it's not in this version of the files, unfortunately. Who else? It's just sort of fun looking at some of these things that I designed ages ago. This is the old, these aren't the real Mystic Gears. These are the template versions, aren't they? I bet this isn't the real art for the Mystic Gears. Yeah, it's not. I used templates and placeholders when I was first doing the game in TTS. Right? What's in your year 1 card pool? The year 1... Okay, so, because I realized the confusion. So, when the game launches in open beta, it's going to be year 0, and that initial card pool hasn't changed, right? The card pool that we tested for that couple of months is still going to be the year 0 of the game. So when the open beta launches, we will have year 0, we will have that set of cards. And then, over time...
after, I haven't decided when year 1 will actually begin. Year 0 won't last for a full year. Maybe like 6 months we'll have the base. Actually, no. It'll be, we launch the open beta, year 0 begins, and then however long the open beta takes to conclude to add the base 123, that's year 0, before we then move into the year 1 card pool and start adding in more stuff. Right? And the first deck I think that gets added in year 1 proper is Shadow Walkers. Right? Do we have the newer Ancient Beast avatar in here? Because I would love to show it to you guys. It's my favorite. It might be my favorite card art. No, she's not here. No, I'm gonna show you guys. Hold on. Wait. I need someone else to know what this looks like. Where did I? No, where's my drive? Is it this? It won't be here, but it'll be somewhere adjacent to here. These are my sketches. Oh, the sacred art subset is also sick, you guys. Right? The sacred art subset, sick. Has anyone actually seen these? I don't know if anyone has. This is going to take longer to load because it's loading off of my drive. I literally said I was going to get off of this and call my dad, like, ages ago. But you have male and female cards mixed into this group. So you have Yamato, who upgrades into Kusanagi. You have Odd, who upgrades into Durandal, and she is, like, she just looks cool, bro. She just looks cool. You have Artemis. Come on now. You have Artemis, who upgrades into Orion, Sacred Art Orion. Where's my phone? All right, you have Artemis, who upgrades into Sacred Art Orion. You have... Let's see here. You don't remember Shadow Walkers? Yeah, we never tested them. We never tested anything from year 1 proper. Everything that we tested was year 0. We've got Arthur, who upgrades into Excalibur, as one does. I think those are most of the cool ones. Right? We've got... Oh, Nara. Nara is also... Nara's pretty bad. And Nara upgrades into... If she loads... Sudashra, I can't pronounce it. I know I made the name, can't pronounce it. And then you have Zeus, who upgrades into Aegis, which is badass, right? But what I wanted to show you was this. The one that I was actually after was Wicked's. I feel like Soluxus will like the Wicked subset, actually. I feel like Soluxus is... Because I know what he is. I know what and who he is as a person. I feel like he's going to mess with this heavy, right? You've got... Dusk, the Witch of Dawn. You've got Thorn, the Wicked Hex Mistress. And you've got Luna, the Wicked Spellcaster. Right? That's they're a minor subset of 3 cards. I don't even remember what their effects do, but I know Sluxus is down bad, so he's gonna love those. Who else haven't you seen? Shaman subset, Sisterhood subset, I feel like you've seen before. We just saw Stygian Grey. Mystic Gears, I've shown these to Gear Tomb. This was the subset that we had Gear Tomb design. And it was based on a concept from, I think, like some of his older D&D work, or I don't remember what it was, like a world that he had built. And it's just some cool, like, machinery-focused cards that I think are awesome. And then we go down. Where are they? Arias we've seen. Damon we know. Oh, we even made the Doble subset. The funny Do subset that I... Was it... was it Zane or was it Neoshock who designed this subset? Right? The one... It was a meme. It was a meme. And we just liked it so much that I actually ended up having them designed relatively early on. Yeah, this is going to be a subset as well. Absolutely ridiculous, but I feel like you need some cards like that. Will there be Ascensions in year 1? No, Ascensions don't come out until later. The first summoning mechanic that we're going to get is Combinations. I think it goes Combination Summons in year either 1 or 2. I think it might be year 2. Then you have Ascensions after that, and then you have Contract Summons after that, right? Because like we know everything, but in year one I don't feel like we need a summoning mechanic. We don't need to add more complexity to the mechanics of the game. Year two we add combination summons. Year three we don't add anything. Year four we add, I mean obviously we add cards, but we don't add new mechanics. Year four we add ascension. Year five we don't add anything. Year six we add contracts. Year seven we don't add anything, and then that's all I've planned for 7 years. So I don't know if we still got gas in the tank after that. We'll figure it out from there. You guys worked on it together, fair play, right? It's a fun one. And then where are the ancient beasts? That's the only thing I actually wanted to show. Ah, they're literally right here. Amberly is from the Sisterhood subset. Why is she? Oh, she's here because that's what the card is, right? This is the baddest ancient beast card, right? Aria, the Ancient Beast Council. Done. Finish. She is the cleanest Ancient Beast card that we got. She's the slickest Ancient Beast. Like, she just, the hood, the skin, the outfit as well is just sick, right? She's just sick. So yeah, no, she is my favorite Ancient Beast card by a long shot. Like, Nadia is cool and everything, and Leonidas is awesome, but like, Aria is built different. These cards are from the Sisterhood subset. And now that I actually look at them, this is a very graphic shot. I mean, I feel like we will get away with this, but I didn't actually realize the angle that this shot had taken until recently. I mean, at least she's got clothes on under that, but still. Yeah, this is who we're here for. This is who it's all about, right? Anyway, we are gonna wrap up there because I need to call my dad. And I just sort of wanted to geek out over some of the cards we got waiting in the wings, because we've been working on this for a minute. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Have a good rest of the weekend if you got any time left in the weekend. And yeah, I'll see you over the course of the week.